Okay, Mars freaks and geeks, I've got three things to show you today. I'm not going to go into a huge amount of detail in each case. You can check these things out yourself by following the links below. Check out the Gigapan links. There's going to be 3 Gigapans to look at, and the first one is this. This is Curiosity Rover Sol 733, and we have here another fallen warrior in a helmet. It's very strange. That's the first one. I'll put some clips of these with close-ups and everything in a second as we go along. So credit goes to Neville Thompson for this Gigapan. It's not one of mine. We've got a helmet, we have a chin here, we have a mouth and a nose. There's literally a person still in this one, okay? And this helmet is quite shiny and metallic looking and has a crest going over one side to the back, it seems anyway. Then we have this one here. Now this is also a recent find from Perseverance. This is Sol 1204, okay? And this is weird. This may or may not be another one. It's shaped a bit like one, like a helmet with a crest on the top. A lot of the helmets I've shown seem to have crests on them, and some of them look very metallic. This one doesn't look quite so metallic, so this may actually be some kind of figurine or object rather than an actual helmet, but it's kind of shaped like one, but it's more conical than the others, and it's got some weird details in it. You can see that there are parts kind of sticking down here like teeth, right? And it's got this weird sort of, almost not like a crest or point on top with a part there. So this is weird stuff, and I don't fully understand this one. It may not be a helmet at all. This may actually be something similar shaped that isn't a helmet. It could be part of a figurine or a statue or something like that. I don't know. Very strange, right? It could be some other type of wreckage, who knows? But it's got a part to it here on top, which kind of interlocks with the lower part here, and it's got this part sticking out, like a shoulder almost sticking out there. Now this is a bit over zoomed in, so it helps if you go back a bit like this and focus your eyes better, because what we're looking at is something that's about 25 feet plus from the rover, maybe 30 or so. So it's not in great sharp detail, and when you take a crop of something that's further away and then try and sharpen it, it doesn't look quite right. So you have to move back a little bit like this and view it from a bit further away, and then it sharpens itself up like that, okay? This is weird. We've got 2 eyes, we've got quite a reflective material here which looks like some kind of metal, but we've got like a cheek guard coming round here and another one here. So we've got a cheek guard there, but this one comes around like this, or something does. And we've got some strange kind of teeth-like details here, and it's all kind of broken up and split, it seems. If you look top right here, this is the raw clip of that, and you can see all those same details there. I haven't added any of those. All I've done is colorize it and add contrast and brightness, that kind of thing, okay? So that's all there, you can see it there, right? Very strange. So this is going right back to Sol 733, that was years and years ago. I actually spotted this years ago and then lost it, and recently found it just the other day as I was going through all my files. So it got kind of lost, but it was found all the way back in 2018, okay? So this is actually an older find. Even if you're on a mobile device, you should be able to operate these Gigapans quite easily. They zoom in and out rather quickly. Here's another clip. Now this is also too close. You need to go back a bit like this to view it properly. There's the raw clip on the left, top left, which is a black and white image. This is the colorized version, okay? And you can see, even in the black and white, let's zoom into that a bit. Look where my cursor is. You can see this thing has lips, okay? We've got a nose guard coming down here, We've got a cheek plate coming round the back and the helmet coming up. But here we have a nostril, like a nose there, and then we have a mouth with lips. We've got lip detail and the chin here, right? But the black and white images are pretty poor. You've got to really brighten the hell out of them to see anything properly, like I've done here. And then often colorize them as well, just to make them look like a normal photograph would look. Okay, so here we are, and this is crazy, right? Because what we have is a metallic helmet, reflective. It's got a few dents in it. It's got a crest going from above the person, what would be the person's left eye here. There's right to us. There's a crest coming up and over. So the crest doesn't go down the middle; it goes down one side, which in itself is very strange. So this may actually be something else, I don't know. But it looks mechanical. It's shaped very much like a helmet with what I consider to be an actual person inside. We've got, I'll zoom in a bit, we've got a nostril here, top lip coming down here, there's the top lip, and we have a lower lip there with mouth detail and a little chin there. Now here's the black and white version of that Gigapan, 4266. This is MSLs, that's Curiosity Rover. And in black and white it looks fairly unremarkable, right? There it is. There's the black and white one. It's a bit too bright as well. There's the lips, you can see the lips there. There's the nostril or nose. There's the nose guard coming down. There's the crest going over the top. Helmet comes around like this. We've got a highly reflective metallic looking part here. It all looks metallic, this helmet. It's got a different luminosity to the rock on the ground, very different, which is much more dull. This is quite reflective, indicating some kind of alloy, I don't know what type. There's the nostril, and there's the mouth. So you can see lip detail. So this is a mummified head inside what looks like a warrior helmet, or a pilot's helmet, or a soldier's helmet, or whatever. Just sitting there. And it's not the only one. I can show dozens of these going back on my channel for about 11 years. But most of them are either human-sized or a bit smaller. Some look like pilots, some look like actual soldiers. Some have got breathing apparatus coming out of their mouth or nose. I've shown many of these before, and I've done a whole bunch of videos about these. I do have a playlist you may want to check out as well, called Mars Helmets and Breathing Gear. I think it's called Mars Helmets, Breathing Gear and Droids or something like that, okay? On my channel. Now let's have a look at this one again. I've got two versions of this one. I've got the left view and the right view. This is the left view at the top, which is probably a bit over colourful. Right, there's the left one. And if you go down to here, carefully, you can see the right one. The right one's got more of an angle looking at it, so we can see more of the front here. Okay? Insane. Absolutely insane. What is this thing? And I've got a clip of it down here. There's also this thing, which is rather strange as well, sticking up from the ground. I don't know what it is, but I thought it looked weird. So I added that to the clips at the bottom here. And this one I've got a negative of as well, which is really cool. You can see, now if you look really carefully, you can see that this top part is like kind of joined. It's got like a little join here, but it doesn't show very well until you look at the negative, which is just here. And then, if you look carefully, I'll go back a little bit. You look carefully just here at the top, you can see that the top part is actually like it's got a kind of interlocking part just there, and then it comes up and over like that, right? So is this a helmet? Is it something similar? It's a similar shape, but I'm not sure. It's really kind of like conical, this one. But some of the skulls I've found are very conical. Many of them are elongated, and there's many different types. There's at least 5 or 6 different species that I've shown so far, including what look like humans or humanoids. But some of the Martians look very different. Some of them are very large, some of them are really small. And some of them have got very round heads, and some of them got very egg-shaped heads. Some seem to look like what we would call greys, which may not be from Mars at all, I don't know. But in general, the helmets I've shown look very much like some of our crested helmets that you would have on Earth, during the Greco sort of Roman period, between sort of something like 300 BC to about 500 AD or something like that. I mean, crested helmets go through all different cultures on Earth as well, not just the Romans and the Greeks. So you could actually probably find a match, like Etruscan helmets and a lot of helmets that were worn by other main civilizations also had crests on them as well. It wasn't just the Romans and the Greeks, okay? So you could probably find a match to this. This is almost like one of those Persian helmets, or perhaps a Syrian or something like that. It's very strange. It's got this long conical shape, okay? So maybe some of you might be able to find one that's similar in shape to this. If you look on Google Images or something like that, that would be a great help. If you find one, put a link in the comments for me and we'll check it out, okay? So I may do an update on that. So there we are. We got this one, which is Perseverance Rover. So this is Jezero crater, or at least on the edge of it, right? This is thousands of miles away from this one, which looks like quite a modern helmet, right? I would say that looks pretty modern, right? How cool is that? Let's go back a little bit. And then we have that one from NEV-T's pan, which is the same one. It won't zoom in any more than that, but you can use a magnifier. That hasn't been colorized quite the same, but you can see it's still very reflective. So I would say this is some kind of hard metal like steel or some kind of alloy similar to that. I don't know. It's got the coloration of steel. It's got that bluey grey colour. So, and then we have this one, which looks different again, and may not represent a human in a helmet at all. This may be some kind of other alien species. The magnifier is great because what it does, it doesn't enlarge the pixels, it only enlarges the picture. So we've got two eyes, a head-shaped helmet, which is more kind of ovoid, square, kind of squarish ovoid. But we can see a cheek guard on the left here, coming down here, which may be broken. And this one comes kind of round like that, it seems. But this may represent also some kind of breathing apparatus here, because there's something that seems to go into the nose area. So we have here like a nose with something coming out of it. So that may also represent, like some of the others, breathing gear. It will not be the first one. I've showed about 5 or 6 with breathing gear so far. And some look very modern and some look quite alien and some look really old-fashioned. It's really strange. So it's almost like what we had was a culture, almost like Mad Max, who had technology but were also wearing old sort of armour and stuff, but using breathing gear and wearing metal armour for some reason. Perhaps some of the other inhabitants used blunt weapons a lot and they thought the armour would be a good idea, whereas a metal helmet wouldn't necessarily protect you against a modern weapon. It would certainly protect you against an older blunt or handheld weapon, okay? So perhaps that's what we had on Mars. We had sort of hybrid warfare going on. We know there was a nuclear war there. Perhaps this is a pilot of some kind of vehicle or craft, and that it was just like a safety helmet you would wear, but it just happens to have a nose guard like an old school kind of knight's helmet or something. Very strange. So that is a puzzle that is almost solved, I think, because I've shown so many of these. And then there's this one. So thanks for watching, everybody. I thought I'd keep that real quick. I will put clips of some of the other helmets I've found. I've got dozens going back over the years. Some look kind of Greco-Roman. Some are actual statues with helmets with big crests on them. Some look very metallic. Some are made of stone. Some look kind of Etruscan. Some look kind of Greek. Some look kind of Persian. I mean, take your pick. But the crest is a common theme with these helmets, and it's quite surprising that that characters like Martin the Martian from the old Looney Tunes cartoons also wore what looked very similar to a Roman helmet. Why did they choose that for that character? What did they know? Did they actually know something in the 1930s and 40s when those cartoons were first done? I mean, that's just insane. How would they know that? But like I've said before, I do think that some artists do have some kind of psychic abilities, and maybe picking up on some kind of genetic memory of possibly some of our ancestors who may just have come from Mars. Okay? So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you soon.